Good morning.
Good morning, Ed.
How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. How about you?
It's 2 days closer to my book launch, so I only have till
Awesome.
Tuesday. So we'll see.
Excellent.
You never know. We'll see what happens.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
I hope you sell a ton.
I hope so, but it's still about helping people. It's all educational thing, right?
Yeah.
It's not. It's just like the radio show and what we do here. This is all about education. Yes, we'll get some business from it, but we really want to help people understand what's going on, and that's why I do this show and the radio show.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like education is something that obviously is, first and foremost, right?
Mhm.
That's why I really like doing open houses, because especially with the changes in the economy and the market, people have questions, and it's always nice to be able to be the knowledge broker. I know I stole that from someone else, right? But
Did you?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Or the knowledge person. Well, it's important to know things. Like people call me and they're like, "I called you because I know you would know it."
Yeah.
Right. And it's like,
Exactly.
yes,
Right. Yeah.
but can you send me some business? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. So, going along, tying in with that knowledge, right, is something we were talking about off camera was gift funds, right? So we're seeing a lot more first-time home buyers coming in the market, and maybe they don't have all the funds they need right now. So,
Right. And they can get most of it from the seller, right, for the closing costs. Right.
depends on the house. Yeah. Depends
What would you say? 80% chance?
So right now, we were just talking about at our marketing meeting that like 52% of all houses that sold in the month of January had concessions. So I mean, that's pretty good odds.
Is that in Stanislaus County or is that in California?
That was like based on like where our brokerages are. So Stanislaus, San Joaquin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that just tells you it depends on the price, like you said, price point. So the question is how many houses. So the median house price point would be in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of so many sold below it and so many sold above it.
Yeah.
So that's probably whatever that is, and below are the ones that had the incentives.
Yeah. And it's normally probably the first time home buyer price range, right? Where maybe the seller had it priced a little too high, sat on the market too long, and now they're willing to work with the buyer.
Actually, I see it as a lot of a lot of sellers know that if they want to move their house, they're going to give some money towards closing costs.
Sellers listen to their agents because that's what we're telling them.
Right. I mean, because if you look back in 18 and 19, that's what people did. They gave incentives.
Yeah.
Right. Or they added it to the purchase price and gave the incentive. Right.
Yeah. You just got to worry about it.
And that's basically where we are right now is they're adding the incentives to get the purchase price where they want it to be, or keep it at what it's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for anybody who's a first time home buyer, say there's a house that's $370,000 and you need a $10,000 credit to buy down your rate, offer it $380,000 and hopefully it comes in. Hopefully the appraisal.
No, hopefully the appraisal. I've not seen appraisal come down. The only people I know that were complaining. Have you?
I haven't had one not come in, but there's been a couple of agents in my office recently that told me about appraisals that came in low.
So, where? Do you know where?
Here in Modesto.
Oh, any price point?
I didn't ask price
point.
Okay. No.
I just think it depends on where it's at and what has gone on, and it just depends because I haven't had that issue where values have not come in yet. But the question is, on the ones that didn't come in, did they add too much to the purchase price in the beginning, right?
Yeah, I didn't ask those questions either. Yeah,
I always ask. I'm curious.
You just hear, oh man, stinking appraisal didn't come in.
Right. Well, that can happen, but it also you really need to look at why, because you can't just say they're not coming in certain places.
Yeah.
In the past, when values have gone up, usually January, February, or March, we have issues with value, meaning that we don't have it's not showing the value of what the houses should be selling for at this point yet, because those haven't closed yet. That's in typical years we've had that issue. We've been in untypical years, so I think people just aren't used to it.
Yeah.
Right. And the worst thing for me is a first-time home buyer who's in the construction industry trying to buy in January and February.
Yeah, I remember you saying that before, right?
Right, because there's how much rain, they're not working.
Yeah.
You want their best time for them to buy is April on while they've been working, because then you can show that that's typical for our industry. But you need a paycheck in order to close.
Yeah. No, that's critical, man. You got to prove you're working, right?
Yep.
But so people say, oh, gift funds, and
that's why we were supposed to go there. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, back to gift funds. Yeah.
So before I was ever in real estate, I bought my first house. And I relied heavily on gift funds, and there's no shame in that. It was the time to buy a house and I wanted to do it right away. But I was like a lot of first time home buyers, like, all right, I want to buy a house. What do I do?
Right.
And like, okay, well, you're going to need like 12 grand. I'm like, I don't have 12 grand. Where can I get that?
From the seller. I'm just kidding.
Well, no, this was,
well, you're doing VA, right?
Yeah,
You didn't need your down payment. This was all closing costs.
Yeah. And it was a foreclosure. So getting that from the bank, good luck.
Yeah,
right?
that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But that was, yeah. I mean, you can get gift funds from family members or somebody who is familiar, like a family member to you, meaning that it could, that was your parent, even though they're not blood related, you can get that gift funds from them.
Yeah. But now for first time home buyers, right? Talk to your agent and we'll let you know the proper way to do that, because
talk to your loan officer.
Well, I can say, right, because we're going to be in contact, right?
Well, the reason is because there's a certain way you want to receive it. Yeah. And the reason I tell you talk to us is because we're going to tell you how to do it. And then if there's a mistake, it's on us, not on the real estate agent, because the real estate agent focus that your thing is all about real estate. Our thing is everything to do with the loan and the down payment. If you need a down payment or closing costs and gift funds.
Yeah. But the reason I'm saying talk to your agent, right, is because when they think real estate, they don't, if they have a real estate question, unless it's a finance one, they're going to call me, right? So I'm going to send them back to you and say, yeah, there's a process. Don't just let someone deposit 15 grand in your bank account.
Well, it's just easier if we explain to you the best way to do it. If you're the best way to have any of these gift funds done is to have it wired directly to escrow. Mm-hmm. It's less paperwork for us that way. Yeah. Meaning that if it's conventional and you're getting a down payment assistance, we don't need a bank statement from the person who's wiring the money to escrow, which sounds really weird. But if they give you a check, we have to have proof that they had that money in their bank account. Mm-hmm. with a bank statement. We have to have proof that you deposited. We had to have proof that it's no longer pending, and we have to have you then wire it to escrow. It's extra steps. It's just easier for you to speak to us, and we'll help you walk through the way to do it. And you can wait until it's closer to close to get that money into escrow. You don't have to do it right away. The only thing you have to get in right away is your earnest money deposit, and that can still be a gift too.
Yeah. Well, so that's the thing that we really want to kind of talk about is, if you're first time home buyer and you don't think you have the money, just talk to us. There's creative ways we can do this, and more often than not, we find out that, grandma and grandpa or mom and dad, right? Somebody has some funds that they're willing to gift to you. Right. I'm doing
giving the gift and gift quotes. We don't care how it is, as long as they gift it to you. But what I'm running into a lot right now is USDA all over the place. Yeah. Right. Because you just said the best for the price point that most people are going to, they're going to like Waterford, right? Or county. That's USDA all over the place, which means 100% financing, no money down. Yeah. And just closing costs you need. Yeah. Right. And that can be gift funds up to 6%. You can get gift funds up to backup gift fund. You can get seller credit up to 6% on USDA.
That's a ton.
Yeah. You don't need that much, but I'm just saying you need maybe 3% unless you're going to an online lender. That you might need more than that because they charge sometimes 2 points that you shouldn't pay. And that's my own opinion, not that of Real Estate Jerky or the radio show. Wah, wah, wah. Just because we had somebody get mad at one of the shows Mike and I did.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just because it was his opinion what has happened to him.
Yeah.
And somebody was really upset.
You say, hey, thanks for the feedback. I'm glad you're listening.
that's the best thing. That's what I said. I said, well, at least I know people are watching.
Yeah.
And they didn't like that.
Okay.
But it's just that for, however you do this, for me, USDA is great. There's just ratios that you have to worry about, 31-41, but that's not what you need to worry about. You need to just talk to me and we can see if that works for you. If you're buying out there, the only place it's not available is like Modesto, Ceres, Keys. It's available.
Yeah.
Denair, Delhi. It's easy. Go to USDA.gov and put in the address and it'll tell you if it's available.
Yeah.
And it's a great program. People totally forget about it.
Oh yeah, it's excellent.
Unless they're buying steaks.
Yeah. Hey, I know. We got to get something in here, man.
USDA.
Yeah.
I got that over here. Oh, it's not working today.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, it is. I just had it turned down. All right. That's so gift funds, great way to get money for closing costs. Yeah. You can also get it from the seller. If you got the credit and you have the income, but you don't have the other money, just talk to us first, and we can tell you what there might be a program for you. A lot of the down payment assistant programs I don't like because that makes the rates so much higher, because that's you also have the state program, CalHFA, that just gets you your first, your second, your closing costs, and it's expensive to go that route. There's other routes to go that is less than that, and that's where you were talking about from the beginning of this, gift funds. Because if you can get closing costs from the seller, then all you need is gift funds. Just as an example, not saying that's going to happen 100% of the time, but and then you can get the gift funds or your down payment from family, or you can get it from your 401k, 403b, IRA. There's so many other things you can do to get that money for that.
And just from a seller standpoint, that's going to be a stronger looking offer, right?
So a down payment assistance program.
Correct. Yeah, because there was
depends on the DPA program. If it's a city one, I would say yes or whatever, because they have hoops you have to join through. I'm not saying it's bad, because I've done a ton of those in the past. A lot of them don't have money though right now. But if it's one of the ones that we do where it's in the rate kind of stuff, based off the rate, then that's not a big deal.
So there was an offer I had like back in it was the last June on a listing.
A different world.
No, I know, but so this offer that came in, it was he was doing a down payment assistance program, but he also had to do a private loan for his EMD, right? So
wow.
So a guy had like zero cash to his name, and then he was asking for seller credits. So it's like an offer like that didn't compete against the one that we ended up accepting, right? But I mean, we're seeing more of that now,
right? But I'm also, if you're in a house and they're selling it, and you have a landlord and they want to give you that option, then it's a great program.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's that. A lot of times we're like, I have to figure out what to do in the next 60 days. They're selling my house and they're letting me have a chance at it.
Yeah. No, that's excellent. That's a good landlord.
Yeah. Because, it's easier for them. They don't have to worry about cleaning it up.
True.
Right. And now it's going to go to somebody who potentially going to live there. Yeah. And that's important. It's get more people into homes eventually, because besides first time home buyers being a quarter of the market, a quarter of the market is investment / built to rent only in this market. Yeah. So it's getting rid of a lot of the houses that a first time home buyer would move into, and they're turning into a rental, because they're looking futures. There's just not enough homes, and people are going to have to rent in the future a lot more than they do now.
Yeah.
So did I answer your question?
Yeah. No, I think we brought some value today, man.
We bring value every day. We brought gift funds value. A lot of, rates haven't been improving. This week they've been went up a little bit, came back down. That's just it's going to do that. It's like, in order to go lower, it has to go up and test highs and then go back down. That's just how that stuff works. Same with stock prices, everything else. So don't worry about where the rates are right now. Worry about whether you can afford a home. And the best time to look at that is right now.
Yep.
The moment you think about buying is the time you should start thinking about it. If you want to wait a while, that's fine. Just go get my book on Tuesday and read it. And actually, we're having a deal on Tuesday for the ebook, 99 cents instead of $9.99. So it's a great time to get an ebook, which is easier. Most people do that on the Kindle and other stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's just the Audible won't be available for a few months because I have to record it.
I was going to say it's going to be in Ed's voice, huh?
Of course. I do not like people who let me say this right. When I listen to an Audible book, I want to listen to the author.
Yeah.
Right. That's just me. I want to listen to them, not somebody who reads it. And we were talking about AI earlier before we got on the show about chat GPT and other stuff. Well, there's AI now that'll read your words into your voice, and it's not even, and it sounds like you.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was like, can you get it quicker so I could just drop my stuff in there and it'd be recorded? Emphasize certain places. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. All right. Make it a great day. If you have any questions, you want to know anything about buying a home or listing a home, reach out to us. I'm Ed Parcaut everywhere. And this is Bobby Atkins at 209-550-1087.
Thank you so much, Ed.
No problem. Thanks for being here. Everybody make it a great day.
All right. Talk to you soon.